Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine. See? No, Sayori. Don't do this to me again, please. Her little hop. This is torture. Hello, and welcome back to Therapist Plays Doki Doki Literature Club. All right, it's time to go for the third round of poems and choose Best Girl Natsuki. And I must say, I really am loving the Natsuki route because I know that the trope is like the tsundere, whatever, someone who's pretty distant or even like actively rejecting, who secretly like, you know, wants to get close to people. I love this trope. And maybe I love it because like I actually have real world experience with this in the therapy process. Just in the aspect of like, sometimes I've done therapy with people who do not want to do therapy. And so there often is like an inherent skepticism and pushing away of that stuff. But when you finally earn someone's trust who you initially didn't have it, it's really special, and really good therapeutic work can come out of that. And I think that when we're thinking of characters like this, who are more protective over the sensitive or vulnerable parts of themselves, when they do start to become more open about them, it's all the more precious because you know that it took a lot for them to share those things. So I like the Natsuki route for those reasons, and because it makes Anime Brady actually have to fucking try. Because why should it be easy for him? Okay? A little bit of struggle in his life could be good for him, you know? And maybe that's why they're such a good pair, because like he has to struggle to gain Natsuki's attention and affection, and we have to struggle for hers. So it makes for a cute little struggle couple. So I'm pretty eager to see where things go from here, because I believe we're going through a third poem here, and then we get to spend some time outside of the literature club with Natsuki, which, as long as we don't fuck it up right now, is probably where we're going to see quite a bit more depth to her character outside of this environment, because this is a very different setting for Natsuki than home, as far as we've gathered so far. And what I think is a bit tragic about her character is that even though she feels more comfortable in the literature club, she's talked about it being like kind of a safe place from home, I still get the feeling that she feels she has to be a bit performative in both places, but about different things. Here, she has to perform the friendship role and like the creative role and the sort of tough, independent role, which are authentic parts of herself, but it's clearly taking a lot of energy to maintain those things. Just like it takes a lot of energy for me to maintain the therapist role. It takes me a lot of energy to maintain like my friendship role as well. Like, you know, everybody has a certain kind of social battery, and these roles are authentic parts of ourselves, but like it takes a bit of effort to maintain them for long periods of time. But at home, it seems like she doesn't get to be the creative. She may have a very different version of being tough and independent, less so about standing up for her convictions and values and more about having to endure criticism or neglect or something. There's something. And in those few rare moments so far that she's been vulnerable, it's almost like she's allowed herself to not have any role, you know, to just be Natsuki. And that's what's been really beautiful about this route to me so far. So I'm looking forward to that as well, getting to spend some time with her where she doesn't have to put any sort of show on at all. But we still got to earn our way there, me and Anime Brady here. But he's been doing a lot to impress me so far. So let's see how he fares. Oh, man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Just have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination. Oh, this takes on like a sadder tone to it now. Like it is determination, as in she's clearly sacrificing a lot of time and effort and compromising overlapping obligations to do the piano thing. But it's not like determination to the goal of achieving. It's like desperate. She feels desperately that the piano piece that she's writing for us, the player, is like her only way of escaping this restrictive reality that she's in. Man, the craft of the story to layer these things and to tell a new story entirely the second time you go through is just fucking masterful. But I guess passion. Passion, yeah. But I still think hidden in that is desperation. Like, it's all she feels she can do at this point in the story to, like, connect with the real person outside of this. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival, too. And Monica is most clearly performing the role of the literature club president. Not that that's something she wouldn't default to naturally. I think it is still in her character, but she is aware by this point that, like, to get to the stage of this attempt to deconstruct and maybe even escape, or at least connect with outside of the game's reality, she has to maintain ignorance of these things to the other characters. All of the characters, and like I said, all of us, we are performing certain roles in a sense. But Natsuki's probably not super aware or actively thinking about, like, I'm being the creator in my life right now. Like, she's just sort of doing that because it feels right in the environment. But Monica is aware, and I think that makes it more troublesome for her, but also why it's kind of easier to pick up on, like, why she seem kind of inauthentic sometimes. I can't wait for the festival. It's going to be great. Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? It's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? This is like one of the first times I can also recall Natsuki, maybe even the only time, like telling a joke or even being more playful than being like prickly. I didn't say I didn't like it. Besides, what do you mean you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Mon-ika. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. So I know now that squid is in her name there, but yeah, very curious, like, side of Natsuki. It's more playful side of her. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. And maybe it's just Natsuki messing with her because, like, she feels like Monica kind of messes with her too. In fact, Natsuki does have sort of a power stance of her own going on here, doesn't she? She's got half of a Monica and half of a Sayori. Which, as I'm saying that right now out loud, is, like, actually really appropriate for her. She is kind of like half Monica, half Sayori. She's got Monica's, like, strong conviction, determination, pride in her creative self, and probably some of the same insecurities about, like, high achieving, but less about, like, the academic or maybe even professional kind of success leadership qualities that Monica's kind of more relatable to. Natsuki's sort of bar for high achievement feels more socially motivated. Like, it's not that she wants to be better than other people, but she certainly doesn't want to be under other people. And I think that that's a really interesting distinction, actually. It doesn't seem like she wants to be superior to everyone. She wants to be liked and respected for craft and all these things, but she most certainly does not want to be beneath other people. She clearly wants to be accepted. So much of, like, her poems and things like that are about, like, it's okay for me to be authentic without you judging me. So there's that side of her that's more Monica. She's got her sort of righteous hand on hip pose going, but then she's got Sayori's, like, sort of balled up, balanced fist thing going on, which is her more insecure side and maybe even a bit of people pleasing, attention seeking, neediness. She initially opposes a lot of attention, but she also clearly craves it. Like, she just doesn't like the idea that, you know, we wrote a poem just for Yuri in the first route. And when we wrote a poem for Natsuki, she, like, didn't want anyone else to read it. So at the same time as we are thawing out a more genuine, vulnerable Natsuki, I also fear that the more that we do that, the more that she gets maybe, like, an unhealthy kind of attachment to us. We've just seen that from the way that she reacted with the poem there. And that's a little more of Sayori stuff going on. She really is a combination of the two. Maybe that's why I find her so enjoyable as a character, because, like, there's a lot of stuff I personally relate to, but also really like about Monica. And then Sayori is just the most precious, adorable little cinnamon bun kind of person. And so combine them together and you have perfection. You have Natsuki. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Which, if we're going for, she's sort of a combination of the two. She's very unlike Yuri in a lot of ways. I think that makes them very good narrative foils for each other in that sense, because when you have two characters who contrast each other in pretty significant ways, it elevates our perception of those contrasting elements. So the fact that Yuri has lots of dark personal interests on its own is unique and might evoke something in the player here. But the fact that you put her next to Natsuki, who has like cutesy and bubbly and sugary qualities, which again might have its own reaction. When you pair them together, you get a foil, and they accentuate how extreme those differences are. Which again is just another testament to the fucking great writing of this game, that they include all that stuff. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori's sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Oh, this is the part I hate. This is the part that I hate. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. It kills me. It fucking kills me every time. Huh? Is everything all right? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. And this time around, though, I feel much more of a sadness for Anime Brady, because when I reached this point before, I did not know what was going to happen to Sayori, but also to him. I mean, I didn't really progress that part of the storyline because I was so affected by it that I just stopped recording. But there was a glimpse of what Anime Brady's reaction was to Sayori, that he took it very personally. And I think we'll visit that subject when we get there again. But before, I just was like, bro, pay attention to your friend. Like, she's clearly sad. And now that I know later he feels such deep personal regret for not seeing this because he knows it ends in a tragic way, and he feels like probably this is the moment he could have prevented it. It's kind of fucking me up for him, and I don't like that for him. I want him to be happy as well. This series has just been therapy for Brady, restoring my own self-image. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine. See? No, Sayori, don't do this to me again, please. Her little hop. This is torture. Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, all right. No, Anime Brady. Baby boy, if you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. I think that's part of the disconnect of like watching a playthrough like this, for those who have played this game many, many times, is that you watched me do this with the knowledge I now have, which is like what happens. And you can code this conversation as like, well, he clearly could see something was wrong, but didn't want to overly disturb her, knowing what we know gets revealed later. At this point, before, I had no fucking clue. That I was just guessing that Sayori had a lot of depression. And so I took this more as like, bro, she's waving red flags at you. Like, are you stupid? But he's not stupid. He's choosing not to overly attend to her because it is uncharacteristic. But at this point, like, you know, I might go up to a friend, and if they're like, bro, just leave me alone, I'd be like, all right, yeah, sure. Like, take your time. And not think too much more about it. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica. Why? This is something I hate about him, though. Why are you so timid around Monica? She is nothing to you, bro. Don't be fooled by her power stance, Brady. She's not your girlfriend. Not that you should be timid to your girlfriend either. Because I don't see this as like, well, he's sort of into her and nervous around her. In this route, he's into fucking Natsuki. he's not intimidated by Monica because he's necessarily attracted to her. At least I don't think. I think he's intimidated by her because she is an intimidating person. Mostly because she acts like she's your fucking boss or your mom or something, and she's not. Brady. Brady, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but you notice anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but she seems a bit downcast. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Brady. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Ooh, this is coming off a little more like jealous-like from Monica. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, that's not your problem. Just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. So if you know it's not her problem, why are you acting like she is your problem? She is not your mom, Brady. She's not your mom. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? Nah, this is caveman Brady coming back. What do you mean by that? I gotta get him in at some point. I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Brady. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anyone else, you know. She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside her. I'm curious how this plays out when we do actually go down Sayori's route, because she will be getting all of our attention soon. So will there be this, like, sense of insecurity about us being around everyone else? Maybe still, yes. I don't know. What? No way. Sayori, she's always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it's always been. You're so funny, Brady. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because it's just how she is when she's around you. Oh, and Sayori has to play the, like, happy girl role. She feels like that's an essential part of how these people in her life see her as a friend. And if she were ever to show that she's not a happy girl always, at least not in every way, then maybe they wouldn't want to be friends with me. Like, I think she did say something to that effect, that if I told anyone about how I really was feeling, no one's going to want me around, or I'm going to get rejected or something. I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know? Anyway. What a whirlwind Monica is. Like, I also just keep going back and forth between, like, oh, it's so sad. Like, you live in this twisted non-reality where you don't feel like an individual, and so you compensate in, like, these uncharacteristically mean ways. But then I come back to, like, well, but she also knows what she's doing. She lies constantly, or at least manipulates. She wants us to be sympathetic to her for being a character, but she's not sympathetic to any of the other characters that she doesn't see as real. So she's also just like kind of a hypocrite, but also tragic, very tragic for her. And she didn't choose the circumstances of her life that kind of make her act like this. It's kind of like the somersaults you need to do as a therapist when a client has, like, revealed they've done something, you know, pretty terrible. Like, just being honest, yeah, people disclose all the time terrible stuff that they do. And that's a part of therapy. Like, that's the place to do it, right? And as a therapist, you have to compartmentalize that you don't see this person the way that, you know, you would see them if you just heard about them and had no relationship to them. And you'd think, wow, that's a fucked up thing that this person did. Like, as a therapist, you have to sort of silence that part of yourself and say, okay, but I'm going to see them as a holistic individual that I'm here to help. And so regardless of what they did, I'm going to see them in the context of their environment, upbringing, influences, and all the factors that contributed to this bad behavior. And that's why I am a fan of phenomenology, because you do have to see people in context to truly empathize with them. And there's a lot of compartmentalization needing to go on. I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. But you should not talk to her, though, Monica, okay? Talking to her was the worst fucking idea you ever had. Basically, as far as I know how that influenced things down the road. All right. Monica smiles meaningfully. This is the part of her that I really don't like, is that she knows what she's doing, and she's like coy about it. Like, you're going to disturb this poor girl purposefully to fuck with me. Why? Like, that's not just hypocritical at this point. It's fucking cruel. But I also feel bad for her. But I hate what she does. But she has no other choice. It's just such a whirlwind. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori's sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. Oh, and that's a nice side of Monica. It's actually really, well, again, it's like, is she doing that because she knows that that works? Like, kneeling down next to someone so that your eye level or below it's a very comforting thing. And talking gently. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that and that's the thing, like, she could be whispering terrible things to her. Like, well, you know, Sayori, you should just give up because he's kind of with Natsuki now. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh down on me so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. There's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Hey, you. I look up to see Natsuki next to me. Are you just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't much time, so... sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry or anything. It's not like I'm worried. I was just... Natsuki glances down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. That's right. Something just came up for a minute, but we can get started now. I won't make you wait any longer. Jeez. Now you're making me feel like a jerk. Hey, wait a second, Natsuki. Now I have to defend my boy Anime Brady here and say that he's not making you feel like anything. If you're feeling like a jerk, that's your own thought to diffuse, but I did not make you think that. If something's bothering you, then you can just tell me to leave you alone and I will. What? I mean, assuming you didn't feel like talking about it or anything. She practically mumbles that last part. No, I'm probably making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. I've just been thinking about Sayori. Okay, true, and good for him, because, like, he should be, as his friend, and she's in distress. But switching gears to, like, you're trying not to fumble with Natsuki, and you could not have said a more fumbling line. An absolutely fumblesome line. Sayori! Thinking about her. I just fucking knew it. Yeah, she seems pretty down. This is actually on Natsuki, though, to not take this the wrong way. But she didn't want to admit it. This is just, she's our friend, Natsuki. Don't be jealous. This is a moment where you need to respect that Anime Brady can have more than one feeling about someone of the opposite gender. He can like you in a potentially romantic way, and he can love Sayori as a dear friend. But I fear that this is going to short circuit this little pink puffball. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh. Natsuki exhales. Well, first of all, you should really work on your phrasing. Well, yeah, okay. She has stepped back from the brink there. But anyway, you're her best friend. Oh, okay. I should not have judged so harshly. Natsuki is able to see the superposition of feelings that Anime Brady has here. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Then in that case, I think you should trust her a little more. This is why we love Natsuki, folks. Here I was about to sort of sell her short as someone who could not perceive the nuance of this very complicated feeling that Anime Brady has. But as she goes into her own sort of Monica power stance, mixed with Sayori nervous stance, she finds her own balance. It's a very assertive thing to say. I think you should trust her a little more. And at the same time, there is a painful sensitivity to telling this person that she likes to care for someone else and give them attention. Brilliant. Amazing. Cinema. If she needed you, then you would be the first person she would go to, right? Well, I guess that's true. I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important. Well. She can't be perfect. None of us can. It's pretty important. What's going on with Sayori is pretty important, Natsuki, but I can't expect her to see that. Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes. Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious. Oh, I just love how, like, willing to be encouraging she is. I do think that Natsuki really likes Sayori. She's got her sort of friction with Monica, but clearly respects her. And then she's got, like, this conflict with Yuri that's not so much that she despises her, but I think that she sees her in a sort of competitive way. But she just seems to like Sayori. Yeah. I should have thought of it that way from the start. Natsuki fiddles with the book she's holding in her hands. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Ooh, and see how the power stance, the half power stance went away. Now we're back to Sayori balance stance. Don't get the wrong idea or anything. We've just been friends for a long time. It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were worried about... Two times, Brady? You're going to say the most self-destructive line here. The guy is just addicted to scoring in his own goal. I was not. Jeez. If you're fine, then let's hurry and get started already. Yeah. This is lovely stuff. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Who should I show my poem to first? Well. I'm going to show it to Natsuki, of course. Let's see. Oh, she's electric. You're certainly enthusiastic today. Of course. You know I like your writing. Wow, she's being very direct. I'm just surprised. Seems like you have a lot of trouble admitting that before. Of course. I just had to put you in your place a little bit. Damn. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer? That's such a dumb thing to get jealous about. Natsuki, what? You're not very confident about your writing, are you? Well, what are you talking about? My writing is obviously the best. Right? This is so brilliant. That's lovely. It took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. What? Did he just identify compensation behavior? All on his own? Did he literally just perform the exact same analysis I did in the very first episode of the series? It is actually so fucking impressive of him. I gotta give my boy flowers for that. If she acts like she's the best, then other people might think that way too, right? Brady? Please just tell me you like my poems. Oh, I don't care if you hate them. Just please tell me I'm the best. Okay, I mean, it's like not that impressive anymore, actually, Anime Brady, because it's not like she's really hiding it anymore. She literally just came out and was like, please tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm the best. I don't think I could give myself a 5-star therapist rating if my clients just came in and said, here's everything that's wrong with me. And I just regurgitated it and said, wow, aren't I perceptive? I I just really need to hear that from someone. Oh, you know what though? Fucking forget all that, okay? It's just like the most back and forth. This series is just complete tonal whiplash. Every line, I just go back and forth on my reaction. You should have heard that from someone in your life, Natsuki. And it is a fucking disgrace that it wasn't your parents or a friend. Not that they needed to tell you you were the best. I think the fact that it's going all the way to that extreme just tells me no one ever even told her that she was any good, which is tragic. Someone should have told you that you are lovable, good, kind, talented, interesting, deserving of their curiosity. Someone should have said those things. I know I sound stupid, but there's a reason I never shared my poems before this. Natsuki, because nobody ever takes me seriously. What's the point in sharing my poems if people just laugh and say, "That's so cute, just like you, Natsuki"? Sometimes I don't want to be cute. Nobody understands that. I try really hard when I write. The style doesn't matter. The emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I don't know, Natsuki, because I'm not going to say it's obvious, because I do think that your own behaviors mask some of your best qualities, and it's understandable why. I mean, you've gone through a lot that's taught you it's maybe not safe to be your authentic self all the time, if that's been rejected before. But we haven't needed to spend much time with her and show her, it's a similar thing with Yuri. Like, all we needed to do was show her a basic amount of interest and validation. And it was like such a big deal for her, like, to feel seen. We clearly don't need to move mountains to make these girls' lives significantly better. Like, we've just needed to be basically good, listen to them, respond with empathy, and validate that we understand, if not where they're coming from, we understand that things are difficult for them. It's like, it's barely really anything in the grand scheme of things, but it means the world to them. I just want... Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lips started to quiver. No, baby girl, don't cry. I look down. Her fists are clenched really tightly. Hey, Natsuki. If you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxes her grip on it. I place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles that she put into it. Don't read it. Before I can pick it back up, Natsuki snatches the poem up from the desk. It's not any good. And I know you hate my poems. I love your poems. So you don't have to read this one, okay? But I want to read it. Why? Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I didn't look much into it, but I know you better now. And it's wrong for Yuri to think your style is more amateur than hers. Yuri catching strays here in the Natsuki route. I actually think that was a great point that he made right before this line, which I'm not in love with. I don't think it was necessary to drag her into this, really. But he was basically showing her that, like, I did see your poem in a very shallow way the first time because of how Natsuki kind of represents herself as, like, one-dimensional outwardly a lot of times, which is just, like, a kind of abrasive and whatever. But the more vulnerable she's been and the more authentic she's allowed herself to be around us, we've understood that there's not only more depth to her, but her writing. And what Anime Brady just did there is he validated that her being more open to us allowed for us to see her in this more complicated, serious way that she craves. So she's not going to earn this, like, dynamic, complicated view of herself from being the way that she is. It's going to take letting her guard down a little bit more, and then everything she wants is going to come easily. And Sayori, she always means well. Do not bring Sayori into this. But sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. Why is he doing this? Yeah, I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you. And I'm sorry if I was part of that problem. I understand now. You're not just cute. You're a lot more than that. Natsuki, you're doing it again. Once again, Natsuki clutches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her. But finally, she forces herself to extend her arms and set her poem on the table. You can read it. Just turn that way. I don't want you to look at my face right now. Okay, I will. Oh, this is a brand new Natsuki poem. This is true wealth. Because you. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around. But when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward. Because you look at me. Ooh, is this another one of those poems that's just about us? I'll finish it first, but I should not judge. Natsuki. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout. But my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty because you listen to me. When something is above me, I reach for the stars. When I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all of my heart. But what do I do when it's torn all apart? My faith is a little bit stronger because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feelings to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. Oh! That cuts deep. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because you. Okay, I actually like this one. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to the Yuri enjoyers of the DDLC community. Because I really didn't like when she wrote a poem for us. I just don't feel like we really earned that by that point. Not on Yuri at all. Like I said, I think that we were just the most basic form of validation for her. And I don't think we did enough in her route to get to know her. Whereas I feel like in Natsuki's route, Anime Brady has, like, he's dug a little deeper into himself and her to get to this point. It feels more like a connection than Yuri seemed more about infatuation. And so seeing Natsuki, like, write a poem that is for us, presumably, I mean, it seems to be, about how we let her come out of her shell and this sort of thing. I don't know. It didn't seem to me like it was that much to summon for Yuri, like to write a poem for someone else, because she's so much more deeply connected to her inner world than Natsuki is. Natsuki, this is new territory for her. Like, look how difficult it was for her to even let someone see this. And that's like actually a bonus for Yuri, that she's done a lot of the inner work already to feel comfortable expressing herself. So it's not that I didn't like her poem or that she wrote it for us. Fuck, I've written poems for other people, so it's not like I'm above the idea of writing a poem for someone else. I just didn't think Anime Brady had really earned Yuri's talent by that point. But he's done a little bit more for me in this route to do it. I actually really like the opening line here. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around. I could take that as like, you know, I'm hot shit and everything's great when I'm around, but I actually think me is a more significant thing there. Like, tomorrow will be brighter when the real me is around. But when today is dim, I can only look down. Like, today is dim. I literally see less of it because I'm hiding more of myself. It's not that the world will necessarily be brighter, but maybe it'll be brighter to me. Now that me, my real self, gets to come out a little more. My looking's a little more forward because you look at me. There's actually someone around me that is worth raising my eyes for. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout, but my truest feelings can never come out. Yeah, there's the arrogance showing up as compensation for insecurity. My words are a little less empty because you listen to me. I also just feel like this is more tangible. Like, the reason that Natsuki feels affected by us is because of she understands that we've validated her for meaningful reasons, like not just ones based on infatuation, but like we were truly listening to her. Whereas with Yuri, it was more like, wow, you like sharp knives? I think they're cool too. There just wasn't really a lot of substance to it. When something is above me, I reach for the stars. But when I feel small, I don't get very far. So she's very ambitious for things that she may not even feel that she can achieve, but she goes after them anyways. But when I feel small, I don't get very far. Dual meaning here. When I feel small, because she's literally petite, but also like people around her and sometimes her insecurities make her feel small and insignificant. And so the things she's ambitious about, which could be tangible things like being considered the best or whatever, but also intangible things like just connecting to someone else. My standing is a little bit taller because you sit with me. It's a great turn of phrase as well. My standing is a bit taller because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all my heart, but what do I do when it's torn all apart? My faith is a bit stronger because you trusted me. There's an inherent sense of self-love to Natsuki that comes through in the way that she does not like integrate other people's judgments of like, oh, you shouldn't like manga. And then she's, should I like manga? No, she's like, no, I fucking love manga. Like she loves and respects herself, but that also sometimes is in contention with wanting people to like her maybe. But because we've trusted her, we've shown her that it's okay to be authentic. My pen always puts my feelings to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. This is like such a good line. It really is. It's so simple. And it denies the first half of the statement, I'm not a good writer, because I'm like, why are you acting like one then? Why are you showing up like a great fucking writer when you say that you're not one? And it's also respecting her limitations. My best is my best. My poem's a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because you. I love it. I love it! Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then just say it. I won't get mad. It's not that I don't like it. It's just a little surprising to read. I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming from you. Don't just say that. Dummy! What do you think the point of writing is? Expressing things you can't just say. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I always mean well, and I'm happy that you showed this to me. It's being nice, isn't it? It's a nice thing you're saying to her, Brady. I liked it. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm a pro, so... Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Just remember that. I can think these things sometimes too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's meaningful. I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki is satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. Oh, is she going to give it to us? But as I do, Natsuki takes my hands and pushes them. I am so pissing off the Yuri enjoyers. They've already typed their comments and saying, Brady, you are a fucking fiend for saying that anime Brady sucks and that Yuri's writing wasn't good. When she wrote a poem for him, but suddenly you're okay with it from Natsuki's route. Look, I can be a hypocrite too, all right? You're gonna have to allow me this time. I have my own biases and preferences, and I will make no allusions to an all-rounded personality. I just think it's better here. I have no excuse. Her small, soft hands surprised me with their assertion. Even the writing for anime Brady is better. Like, look at this line. Her small, soft hands surprised me with their assertion. That's in his head. Okay, a complex thought like that never even wandered through his mind when he was with Yuri, despite her being the complex character. It had nothing to do with Yuri. She's a fantastic character. I just think the anime Brady with her sucked. I don't want it. But why not? I just don't. Jeez. I realize what Natsuki is doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. It's very perceptive, Brady. I'm glad that you caught on to that. Well, in that case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to just go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would. Never mind. I'm glad that you want it. Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself. That's all for now, so go put it away before someone sees it, okay? Yeah, I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so that I can put away Natsuki's poem. That's sweet. That's a sweet thing that he did. And I'm gonna speed through Sayori's because she will get our full undivided attention next time. And honestly, this part's just a little too painful for a real life Brady to go through again. Yuri doesn't look too enthusiastic about spending time with me. I have truly destroyed my reputation for Yuri and the Yuri enjoyers with this second route. I just know it. I guess if she changes her mind, she'll come to me. But I should just leave her be for now. Well, at least he's being respectful. Damn, she didn't even have the words to reject us. That's how fucked up it is. Hi, Brady. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I have to give this some more thought. Okay, no pressure. I feel pressured. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monika take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Sticking with the Natsuki style once more, I see. You really like Natsuki, don't you? That's none of your fucking business, Monika. I'll say for him. Oh, come on, Brady. It's awfully suspicious. You're not a detective. I've not committed any crimes. I'm allowed to like Natsuki, okay? I'm allowed to have a friend who is not you. I know that she's just being playful, but I'm feeling very protective of this version of anime Brady. I feel like it's undeserved for him to feel so intimidated by Monika when she is no one to him. She's no one. Other than like another friend, which it's great to value the input of your friends about people you're potentially getting close with. But I know that Monika has other motives. Spending time with her in the club room every day, pretending to like the manga that she's into. Oh, okay. You just think I'm a fucking liar? That's it? You think it's a fucking scheme? Do you think that because you're running schemes, Monika? You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me. What? Do you really not like the manga, Brady? Is it a scheme? Because if it is, I will fucking destroy you. No, I think you're misunderstanding. I am misunderstanding. I'm very confused. It's not like Natsuki just hates anyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yeah, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who's indulged her as much as you have. Is that so? I kind of knew that, but I just didn't want to admit it. So I just need to ask one thing of you. Be careful. Please? Natsuki's kind of unpredictable. A lot of times, she doesn't even know what she wants. Do you? Does anyone? After all, she's the youngest one here. She might not know how to handle her own feelings properly. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, then it could end up damaging the club, too. This is actually something I fucking hate. Just speaking personally now. Yes, Anime Brady has discovered a connection to Natsuki in the club. Your club, even if I wanted to be so charitable. As to say that, like, you putting this club together influenced that. But that doesn't give you permission and, like, open license to fucking critique the shit out of it. Or to start, like, discouraging me from doing things because they're gonna threaten the dynamic of something you're very possessive over. Like, me and Natsuki have fucking nothing to do with Literature Club, as far as I'm concerned. And you wouldn't do that to me. There it is. That's the kind of shit that I just hate. I hate it. It has nothing to do with you, Monika. You're not a part of that relationship. I don't owe you explanation. I don't owe you justification. You're not entitled to my thoughts or opinions on it because you're not involved in it. I get that there's like some sensitivity and jealousy to that and that sort of thing, and I'm sympathetic to that too. But like, you're manipulating Anime Brady here. He also has confused feelings about you, and you know what you're doing by saying this to him. I'm not sure how to respond to Monica. Tell her to go away, because it's none of her business. Stand up for yourself, please, Brady. While I care about her in the club, it's also kind of... That's what I'm saying. It's unfair to bring that up. Well, you're smart. I'm sure you'll do the right thing. Monica smiles sweetly. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, all right? This is where Monica starts to decompensate and, like, really pull down the mask. I remember this from last time. All right. Lady who knows everything. So, we've seen this one too, but let's reinterpret here. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. And day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall and fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amounts to nothing. There is no meaning, there's no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. So to me, this now reads as a kind of dialogue and relationship between Monica before she was self-aware and the person that she will become at the end of this. A beautiful lady who's found every answer. Could be just the idealized version of herself who finds all this purpose, and she feels like a feather that's sort of aimlessly drifting. Victim of the currents of the wind, so like feeling that she has no choice in the reality that she's in. She keeps searching for a way out. When all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. So she can no longer reject or deny that she is trapped in this reality with no choice, where she doesn't even get a route of her own. Until one day this wind ceased to blow and I fall. So her dependency on the structure of the game falls apart, and she is caught by the Monica she will become, the lady who knows everything. She knows what I'm thinking. And she responds in a hollow voice. I found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. She's explored every possible other solution to the problem of being stuck here, and there really isn't one, other than to like destroy everything and reset it all or make it into nothing. And we seek the impossible, sort of freedom, escape, realness. I'm not your legend doesn't exist. Like, there isn't an ultimate version of reality for you, Monica, that includes finding purpose. It's really fucking dark, actually. And as much as I like detest some of the behaviors that Monica has, I do not detest her. And that's my own little bit of diffusion and kind of part of the compartmentalization that I was talking about earlier. It's like, I'm allowed, as a human myself, to fucking detest behaviors. Things that I find manipulative, violent, neglectful, and then I'm also allowed to separate those things from the person who does them, put them in context and say, I don't endorse any of Monica's behavior, and I find the behaviors detestable, but I also can recognize that she has very limited capacity to change her behaviors because of what she knows. It's sad. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. Like, this is someone who has been existentially broken. And that's one of life's great pains, is to lose hope or meaning in things. I worry that some of her detestable behaviors come out of feeling like, well, what's the point if I'm a jerk? It's not like it matters anyways. And that's a dark headspace to live in, because you do end up hurting people that we ultimately know she regrets later. Like, Monica at her core is not an awful person. I think she justifies doing awful things because she has found this caveat that, well, it's all meaningless. But at the end of the game, she recognizes, like, I didn't really delete them because I still recognize them as real and my friends. And I think that's what makes Monica the most complicated character in this whole game, is that it makes us feel very complicated things about her. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. Yeah, I do recognize that. She's talking about us being a three-dimensional creature. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing's good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things that you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. Very good advice, Monica. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? I do think so. Every time I put out a video and I get feedback on it, it's like, you're all my little literature club. And I love it. I love it here. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, you three. All right, we are going to speed past this part. And I know that it's where we start to choose who we're going to spend our weekend with, which is going to be Natsuki. I'm going to go with Natsuki. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Just a minute ago, you were saying that's because... Never mind, okay? Anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. No, she won't, actually. She won't be fine by herself. Of course. I'm used to it. Oh, I feel so bad for Yuri. I feel like the anime Brady that she got in her route sucked, and she deserved way better. That's good. Even though Yuri's being melodramatic, it's a little hard to not feel bad. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? Oh, wait, she's really rushing through this. No, I think that's it. You guys excited? Yes? Everything except the performance is going to be awesome. I don't really think that counts. What about you, Brady? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. It's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? Is she still sulking? Natsuki starts pouting too. Girls, please do not pout over me. I am not worth it. It's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not be, just that I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Ooh, he's catching on. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help. That doesn't mean... Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulders. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. Oh, I love this. What's happening here? And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too. Damn, had to sneak that in. But you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So you need to stop being dumb. and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. Well, she's blossoming into kind of an encouraging person. In a similar way that Yuri, receiving like just some kind of validation, like really blossomed into a more emotionally in tune person, just for a dumb caveman. But I just hate the idea of like giving Anime Brady credit for like their good personality traits coming out. And the reason is not because I hate Anime Brady for any particular reason, nor that I think that like a strong connection with someone can't cause good qualities to emerge from someone else. But I feel similar to how Natsuki is saying to Yuri, you're selling yourself short. Like, there are amazing things about all of the characters here that they should feel comfortable feeling credit for getting in touch with. And that's kind of why I wasn't a big fan of Yuri saying, oh, it's all because of you that I'm being better. And it's like, wait a second. Like, you deserve to feel better about yourself regardless of Anime Brady's influence. I think he can be a nice catalyst for those things, but like, allow yourself the permission to say that I'm getting better because I'm feeling better. I have these great qualities and I'm choosing to surface them more, not just like you're the cause of all my good things. Give yourself some credit, girl. You deserve it. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori's, I forgot that she's like not here right now. Always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm gonna do my best. And all of us are gonna make it a really great event. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out of the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized that you didn't even have a way to contact me. Oh yeah, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Oh, he is still distracted about Sayori stuff. Jeez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You'd better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number. Okay, I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? She doesn't want us to go to her house. I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me. Ooh, that's like I don't even know if we've seen this image from Natsuki, this like grimace, or at least very rarely. That is such a strong reaction. Really? It's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I think you feel really constricted. Oh man. Parental dynamics with kids, particularly if it's of a neglectful or abusive nature, or just even when parents are mean to their kids, it is such a tender point for me. It's not something to read into, really. Like, I have great parents. They've never done anything like that to me, but it's more like my experience as a therapist when I have met someone who their parents were not kind to them. I just feel like so many of the things I'm talking about here, like just basic kindness, respect, validation, they're not expensive in terms of like emotional capacity. And a parent does have a responsibility to take care of their children and are going to be the most developmentally influential people in that child's life. And so the subject of like bad parents it just does very negative things to me, and I find it very hard to empathize with sometimes. So buckle up for all of that stuff when we get there. I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just needed to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. All right, fine by me. Yeah, I'm really going to show you why I love baking so much. So you better look forward to it. Oh? Didn't you just say you were going to give me the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like in front of everyone that I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone like this, like, you're telling me that it's like her favorite thing in the world and no one at home does it with her? Are you fucking kidding me? You couldn't like spend an afternoon getting to know your fucking child's interests and just indulging a little bit? That's all it is, so. All right, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. I can't believe this. Natsuki is going to be coming to my house on Sunday. My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us, or is it too early for that? I guess you will have to find out, Anime Brady, if you are going to have the greatest fumble of your life. Because like it sounds like it's going to be a little harder for you than it was with Yuri. Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. It's already Sunday. And this is the point where we're going to pause on this episode. Next time, we spend the afternoon with Natsuki, and yeah, I think it's going to bring up some interesting stuff to talk about. Especially because I know that like after that, we get into the really fucked up stuff in this playthrough. So I'm bracing myself for it and enjoying this calm period before things get hectic again. For now, thank you for watching. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you again next time.